Gayatri is a certain process which involves many things, and considering the nature of what it is, I'm not saying it's relevant today, it'll always be relevant, but socially and structurally, it is not so fitting into modern life as it is. Gayatri is a powerful process, very different in its nature. It is not something that's entirely focused towards one's internal or spiritual growth or that dimension. It involves various things. So this was generally taught to every householder so that for the not so focused people, some substance, some support for well-being, health, success and other aspects of life. So Gayatri is not necessarily for a serious spiritual practitioner. It is more for a householder for whom spiritual process is also one aspect of his life. Internalizing the process is little more sophisticated and subtle, but far more reliable than external processes. When we use external processes to create inner dimensions, it leads to a certain limitation of space and time as to what we do and what we do not do. You can't be 24 hours spiritually on if you are involved in an external process. It's a good support, it's a good aid, but it's just that, it's a good support. In terms of support, there are many other ways to support this. Above all, those who are initiated by us here, we support them in a completely different way. They just have to they just have to ask for it, and wherever they are, there is a support system. Support system not in terms of teachers and volunteers and stuff. Energetic support is available wherever they are. So, because of our ability to provide this support to every human being, wherever they may be, we did not establish rituals of support. It is one of the most popular things that's been done in the country for a long time. Long time means particularly in the last 1,000 years. Gayatri is a certain process which involves many things, and considering the nature of what it is, I'm not saying it's relevant today, it'll always be relevant, but socially and structurally, it is not so fitting into modern life as it is because of the things that are needed to make this happen. In today's world, because almost a huge population on the planet today does not stay in the same place. I want you to understand, I want to look back and see. 500 years ago, most people in their whole lifetime, they got up and went back to sleep in the same place, in the same building for their whole lifetime without one day of being out. That's how life used to be. Today, I think very, very few human beings are like that. People like me, If I sleep on the same bed for 2 nights, I think it's a fortune. So, those days are gone. Because of that, certain rituals and certain ways of doing things, the relevance of that has come down substantially. I'm not saying the relevance of the basic practice is gone, no. But social things have changed, situational changes have happened, which doesn't facilitate those type of practices much. It's best they're internalized. Internalized processes can be done anywhere. We are not depending upon what kind of atmosphere we are in, what kind of people we are with, it doesn't matter. So, yoga is 100% internalized. What you call as Gayatri, what you call as many other things, in yoga we call this Tantra yoga. When I say Tantra yoga, today Tantra has found very ridiculous expressions, particularly in the Western nations. And people think if you utter the word Tantra, they're thinking about unbridled promiscuity. Now, Tantra just means technology. There are various types of tantras. So if you employ technologies where external material is involved, that's called Tantra. If you employ technologies where no external material is involved, it's completely internalized, then we call it yoga. If we want to create tantric processes, right now an arati is happening in the Devi temple, it's a kind of a tantra. A puja happens, it's a tantra. An abhishekam happens, it's a tantra. These are techniques or technologies to create certain impact. But now if you want to do tantra, you need the form of the Devi, you have so many limitations. Tantra is useful. When people are not willing to do anything by themselves, they want somebody else to do it for them. So one person who's learned how to do it facilitates it for everyone. The danger of Tantra is exploitation. There was a fabulous tantric culture in this country. In the last 2 generations, we've beaten it down because it led to such states of exploitation and turned so ugly, we thought it's better without it. So last 2 generations have really pushed ritualistic way of life out because it was so exploitative. So internalized processes, the safety of it is nobody can exploit it, it's you. Somebody can inspire you, somebody can initiate you, somebody can induct you into a powerful process, that's it. There is no room for exploitation. At the same time, there is no need to throw everything out. That would be like throwing the baby with the bathwater. You don't have to throw everything out. Carefully maintain Tantra is okay. I want you to obliterate this silly idea that you have, Tantra means sexuality. No, it's got nothing to do with sexuality. It has got something to do with using external means to make things happen, whatever. Because both yogis and tantrics are more like scientists, seeing how to make it work. They might not have fit into the moral codes of a particular society at a particular time in history. Because of that, they might have gotten this label. Because of that, they've gotten this label, but otherwise, it is nothing to do with sexuality, it's about learning to use external material for your well-being, not just yours, the larger group of people. So Gayatri belongs to that realm, nothing wrong with it. It's just the suitability of today.